Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Gary Russell Jr. is allowed to have a voluntary defense, then he must face his #1 mandatory, Joseph JoJo Diaz Jr. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit that bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We are working. Now, I told you featherweight division in boxing, 126 pounds is heating up. They just announced, at least Eddie Hearn confirmed it, that they're crossing the finish line trying to finalize a fight between Oscar Valdez, Scott Quigg. Oscar Valdez being the WBO champion. I like it. It's going to be at the Stub Hub in California in March. Both guys have power. Both guys have a certain style, like an action style, I guess you could say. And the Stub Hub gets it cracking when it comes to action fights. Timothy Bradley, Ruslan Provodnikov, Berto Ortiz too was there, and the list goes on and on. So something about that atmosphere, or Orlando Salido, Francisco Vargas, I believe, was there. Something about that particular venue. There's usually some good wars. So I look forward to that. Who else? They're talking about Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares, part 2. I'm not really like, it's solid. Don't get me wrong, the fight's not bad, but I'm not big on rematches unless there was like some real big controversy or black flag and black cloud and we don't know who won, stuff like that. But whatever, it's solid. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on it and say it's terrible, but I personally would rather see Leo Santa Cruz versus like a Gary Russell Jr. You know what I mean? And then Carl Frampton versus Nonito Donaire. So speaking of Gary Russell Jr. news, the WBC, and props to the WBC because they made some huge announcements recently. They sanctioned Adonis Stevenson versus Badu Jack, great fight. Also, the Nail Vodstick versus the WBC mandatory for Adonis, and that's Eliter Alvarez, right? They also talked about the parameters. Canelo can fight Triple G if they can come to a deal, and then Jermall Charlo's probably going to fight Hugo Centeno Jr., and then the winners meet. That'll be determined who's the mandatory for the Canelo Triple G winner. So just some great stuff from the WBC. I got to give some props. They're outlining it very well. David Benavidez versus Ron Gavril is going to be on the Danny Garcia, Brandon Rios undercard. That's a meaningful rematch. As I mentioned, I like the meaningful rematches where there's could have went either way and stuff like that. So for Gary Russell, they're saying he might come back in February. I don't know who he's going to fight. You guys let me know if you have any ideas. Obviously, it's not going to be anyone I mentioned. Carl Frampton, Nonito Donaire, because they're going to fight Scott Quigg. Can't be Oscar Valdez. It's not going to be Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares. So he's probably going to fight someone maybe in the top 10, top 15. And then after, they're going to have to negotiate. And this is how it works. Joseph JoJo Diaz has earned the #1 mandatory spot. So if the two teams can't agree on the terms and like the split and all that and the money, then it goes to a purse bid, and then it's an auction style. So don't fret. Some people are like, oh, Gary Russell's advised by Al Heyman. Joseph JoJo Diaz is with Golden Boy. So some people would be worried in that situation. But usually in the mandatory situation, you got to look after your fighter. So even if there's cold wars, we've seen fights get made. I mean, even look at like Gary Russell was advised by Al Heyman, and Top Rank was advising Lomachenko, and they fought. So, you know what I mean? Usually if it's like a mandatory type of deal, you have no choice but to, you know what I mean, honor that. So usually the promoters, even if there's like beef or Cold War, they'll get out of the way. I don't know who he's going to fight next, but I do look forward to Russell versus Diaz Jr. Good fight. One guy's undefeated. Gary Russell has a ton of speed, athleticism, and he's gained momentum since his Lomachenko loss. Let me know who wins the fight and how they win. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.